Still top 25 in the coaches poll, I think, anyway. If you're wondering why I'm here speaking to you today, I don't think you really need to look at me, you need to look at these two. We need to look at Kevin and think about how much better a man Sarah has made him already over the course of their relationship. And then you can just think of me as the reason there was still so much room for improvement. I mean, if you asked me what Kevin would be doing today 15 years ago, I really think the only thing I would have gotten right is that he just still found a way to go to the prom every year. I don't know, to me, middle school Kevin and teacher Kevin aren't all that different. I mean, you get the man in a room full of students even back then, as long as you were holding the best Star Wars cards. But, if we're being serious for a moment, the reason I'm up here speaking today is because no one has ever been a better friend to me than Kevin Phillips. And I'm pretty sure that no one's ever been a better friend to anyone else either. And although in a lifetime of favors, it was the one you definitely didn't do for me on purpose, I still really appreciate you taking the heat for literally every bad thing we did in high school. I guess this is supposed to be maybe a bit of a bittersweet day when your best friend gets married, because this girl, we're never gonna move to Denver and be power forwards on the Nuggets together. So different priorities these days. But that's really not the case at all. I mean, if you actually think about what we've been doing for the past, 17, 20 years or so, this is the end game, man. This is what we've been working towards the entire time. I mean, we didn't walk into Hex in early 2001, blow $89 on sequin club shirts, and try to learn how to break dance before our first high school dance. So when you met the girl of your dreams, you would not be able to seduce her. That's what we've been doing the whole time, man. That's why I spiked my hair up like a Powerman 5000 reject, and you grew yours into some sort of 1960s football helmet of Britpop. Because that way, when we met the right girls, they would know that we're serious people. I mean, you did go on a couple little stylistic tangents that I didn't follow you down, like the salmon pants. And I know you got all high and mighty after you won that best dressed teacher at WNL thing. Yeah. I mean, that's like being the fastest guy with no legs. He didn't kill his girlfriend in South Africa. But either I know nothing about how to attract a woman, which, come on, son, or you got very lucky because it was during the salmon pants era that you met Sarah. Hey, Sarah. What can I say about you that hasn't already been said about hot chocolate with marshmallows and baby pancakes? I mean, Sarah can do all the cool girlfriend stuff, like chauffeur us back from Long Island, Bitterman style, so me and Kevin can sit in the back seat watching a Redskins game on her iPad. But it's honestly the opposite end of her personality that I like her the best. I mean, I have a way of kind of making up problems in my own head and using them as excuses for things, which is not my favorite part about myself. I mean, not with my triceps on the table, but Sarah honestly is better at cutting through that nonsense probably than anyone I've ever met, which is of paramount importance in this marriage, because I don't think anyone who needs that type of reined in and slapped in the head from time to time treatment more than Kevin's Facebook wall. Wall, timeline, whatever you technocrats are calling it these days. But I'm getting my final point here. I don't know, Kevin's a bit of a history buff, like us, so I thought we should probably take a moment and think about why he chose July 12th to be his wedding day, since I'm sure it was entirely his decision. I mean, we all know that back in 1804, day for marriage. I mean, one of the most notorious husbands of all time, King Henry VIII, finally settled down with his sixth wife, which is the one that stuck. And exactly 300 years to the minute, I believe, later, Joseph Smith informed the Mormons that God's down with polygamy. That's obviously not something that I'm going to support on this of all days, but I think it certainly could have helped Henry with his marriage, maybe less beheadings in earlier marriage. Marriage. You know, that word should have a new meaning for all of us today. It means that you two can't be divided by your petty differences anymore. It means to be united in your common interests. So, you know, perhaps it's fate that today is the 12th of July. And we were once again celebrating a wedding. Not with polygamy, or beheadings, or Aaron Burr, but with Sarah and Kevin. They're fighting for their right to love. Coexist. And after today, the 12th of July will no longer be known as a Mormon holiday. But as the day these two declared with one voice, our love will not go quietly into the night. It will not vanish without a fight. Our love will live on. It's going to survive. Today, we celebrate Kev and Sarah's wedding day.
Looks like you're ready.
Thank you, Richie. For those of